Hey, welcome back, everybody. We are jumping in for another round of Starfield. Yes. Hopefully, what we're hoping to do is to finally kick off the main quest line. We're not done until we get that get that kicked off. So, Izara, we are jumping in with her. Now, I didn't double check to see what creations are still checked and everything. Unfortunately, sometimes it will do that to you. Some will deselect or whatever. Nothing has changed since the last time I was in here. It has been too long since I've been in here. But everything should be set just the way it was where we left it. I didn't change anything. I didn't mess around with anything. Here we are, Izara and uh Jessamine, right? We are on a planet. We are on Aquila, and we actually don't know what we're supposed to be doing. Definitely not doing the Vex thing. Gotta find them all. We don't need to do that. Failure to communicate. Someone named Alvin Lopez. We don't need to do that one just yet. Um, as a matter of fact, remember this one was glitched, so we couldn't complete this one. And I need to obtain a security key card and get in Gagarin Landing and do my best not to get caught. So can't. That will not work for us. Some guard mentioned that a certain Amira Wolf of the Low House could use some help. Might be worth investigating. What I'm kind of thinking is, so we have a recovery mission for the clinic. Stolen medical research has been taken during transit. Travel to Alkiba 5. So if we look to see where that is exactly, we can see that is a ways away and kind of not with, is probably within our reach, but not within our reach. Meaning we would probably have to travel here first and then see, or here, one of the two. Um, and then, as a matter of fact, so this is where we would have to be. And you can see we just barely have enough fuel, but it's 48 light years away. Our jump range, maximum jump range, is 22. Problem is, I don't even think that if we just decided this was going to be our spot, so we clear the route and then say here, right? And then say set course. That's 33. So the question is, how far is it from? Let's back out a little bit. So how far? Okay, there we go. Now we get a little bit more perspective, right? Going to Voli and then here. So that's two systems to jump through, and then one to go here. So maybe it is doable, um, just not all in one fell swoop. So, but if we jump to um, here, right? What we would need is some fuel. We would need more fuel than what we have. It's kind of a moot point at this particular spot right now because first thing we have to do is get back to our ship. So there's also the deputized. We could go ahead and say, all right, we'll start that up and do that. There's also regrets, right? So that is a thing that we could do. There's also, like I said, we could do that. We can investigate, on Beta Ternian, which is even further out, right? So, God dang it. And there's a ton of ones that we can do. Infiltration. Um, if we're gonna do any of these, here's one right here. We can kill the Varun Zealot on Volai Beta, right? That's actually not far off. And then there's one on Kazal. And we could hope, and it's really what it is, hope that at some point it is going to put the artifact in our range. So let's see, we got speak with Layla, speak with Trevor, speak with Borealis, visit your rented room, talk to Catherine Illusion, talk to Doc Manning. So that's all we got right now. And then we got added mods, right? So each one of these is an added mod. And I mean, tell you the truth, we could do that one as well. So we could kind of combine a couple together and then say, all right, let's knock these out together and see if anything happens. So to do that one, we would want to, if anything, we would come down here instead of regrets. We would say, okay, let's go ahead and do this one. Collect the bounty on the. So we are offering a reward for anyone who eliminates the leader of a notorious group of Verone zealots last seen at the research tower in Voli Beta in the Voli system. All right, so that's what we're going to do. And then we got 5 points to dole out. This one can be advanced, so we'll advance that one. I do want to get scanning bumped up. Hunting can be advanced, so we'll do that one. We can do ricochet. I think we can actually do special projects, and it's necessary for just crafting. And then part of me wants to. We can't advance that one. I do want to add in shield. Okay. And I think, yeah, that opens up starship design and starship engineering for us as well. All right. So that's what we're going to do. Where's our ship? Way back there. So let's get back in the vehicle. And then let's get on a. Now we can see there's still gunfire going on around here. I mean, so if we wanted to, what are those? So you got the 1st Cavalry versus Pirates. And then we're not fighting the 1st Cavalry right now, so nothing major. If you get out of my way, I'll help you with the Pirates. Right? See? They have no problem with this. Do we want to get out and loot them, or do we want to just keep on going? Who are these guys? Citizens. We want us to be citizens. Where's my ship? Over there. They're not going to start nothing. We're not going to start. You don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Here. And then let's get out of here. Okay. What was that? All right. So we can take off. Giving her all she's got, Captain. I can't do the Irish thing or Scottish thing. All right, so we'll give ourselves a little. Is that all the engines we got? Gosh darn it. Oops. All right. And then set course. Yep. And just hope that we have enough fuel to get it all done. to get her done. I was just waiting for it to spin up like that, and then it just go beep, beep, boom. You know what I mean? All right. Oh god. So all right. So what we've flown into is Bull-Eye Beta, right? Here, let's get this guy. So this is that quest. The distress peak. And since we're here and they attacked us, before we go get the Rune Zealot, alright, so remember, they started this, alright? I was perfectly fine going to the planet, getting the Rune Zealot, and then maybe thinking about coming around and also doing this and joining this fight, right? But they decided they wanted to start some ish. All right, there's some. Hey, watch your back. That dark star. That dark star. Okay, dark star makes everything bullet spongy. Makes all your critters bullet spongy. Now, before anyone gets the idea of saying, well, hey, if you think about doing this, and I did look into it, and unfortunately, I cannot use, there's a, I can't think of the name of the mods, but I can't because there's a Star Patcher mod that's required, and I cannot use it. And I should have read that for you guys. My bad. All right. So we just picked up the first slate, and so first crew slate right here. It's finally happening. After this run, I finally have enough credits to return to New Atlantis and pay off my bounty. It's been years living as a smuggler, and while this lifestyle has its unique advantages, returning home as a free man is what I really crave. So we got a crew member that says, hey, I want to go back. I want to go home. This is really what he wants to do. Pay off his bounty, go home, and this is the run where he gets to do it. Remember, it's the crew members that slate belongs to. Not the person, not one of these. This is a syndicate hitman. Same with the lady over here, or the guy. So they're both syndicate gangster, syndicate hitman. I thought one of them was a woman, but I guess not. Let's go over to this side. Shouldn't be anybody else. Oh, we got the 1-inch punch. Eon. Alright, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, look at you with the big burn mark in your back. Gosh, that looks awful. Did I do that? So, and then here's the captain. And this, oh gosh. Sorry, Captain, but I'm gonna need that here. We'll need those credits. They're chunks, but hey, I'm gonna take that. That. I'm gonna take that too. It's not worth as much as I was thinking it was gonna be worth, but I can break it down. Now here's the slate 3. Told the crew that we're just using the current situation to our advantage. Made up some crap about Neon security being overworked, but that isn't true at all. To be honest, I don't know why this run is going so smoothly. but it's making me nervous. I've decided not to tell the crew to avoid any panic, though. May not have been the smart move, bro. Because, as you can see, they didn't know what hit them. Okay. So now... Oh my god, what was... I hit the X button to reload. I hit the X button to reload, and I'm staring right there. So of course, what it does, it puts me in the cockpit. Oh, look at this. She like standing there waiting to get shot. Man. Ow. That was a whole clip. That was a whole clip. Who shooting me? Somebody shooting me from behind? Get in here. Get in here. Yeah, that's gonna leave a mark. It's taken almost two whole clips. This is what I keep talking about with basically when you have to make things add in difficulty. What do you got? We end up needing multiple clips just to take one person down. How many clips did it take to... Ooh, okay. I can't do my righteous indignation if I'm distracted. Okay, nothing there. So yeah, there's like this requirement that you have you have to carry around. Look at me. I got over 10,000 rounds of I got 10,000 rounds of ammo, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have enough ammo to take everybody out. That's wrong button. So we just got, what am I using? I want this one. We're gonna switch back to that one. I don't know why I had the other one. And this one's very interesting too, because this is 1-inch punch, is also bashing, and is also hitman. So hitman is plus damage while aiming. Bashing does double damage while gun bashing. But 1-inch punch rounds fire in shotgun-like spread. So what it's doing is it definitely increased the damage to 59, which isn't what it would normally be. We were just using, I don't know what we were just using, probably because of the amount of ammo that we have. I got 867 rounds. I think that's enough to get us through what we need. I think this gun is so much better. All right, right behind you. Behind you. Stop staring at me and figure out where the enemies are. All right. One's about to jump out here. Ah. And I missed them. Dang, man. Here, reload. Reloading. Cover me. Was she really coming out here like with her fisticuffs? Am I overloaded? I sure am. I was wondering why was I losing stamina when I moved? Because we're overloaded. All right. Ooh, doggy. Ooh, doggy. Alright, we're gonna take that. That's contraband. Get everybody? I think we did. Did we get all the contraband? I don't think so. Okay. So it will force my hand. So what I need to do is over here is we'll pass that along. Resources. What's the button? All right. Aid, nope, but here, we'll go ahead and pass that over. We still have our mechanized mantis suit. Might give that to Justine. We still have our nomad pat. Why do we? What, oh, yes. Is it at Bassett? Okay, and then helmets. And then weapons. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, I think this is the one we were using because we had a ton of ammo for it. Oh, we have the shoddy. What's our weight? Okay. And you can see we have the indicator now that we have contraband on our ship, but not on our person. I like that. I like where it tells you where the contraband is. Alright, we'll take that. Take the trauma packs. Always use, and there's the second crew slate. So, apparently, this is our biggest run yet. But something's off here. We left Neon without any issues, and with that, I really mean no issues. No holdups, no scans, no nothing. This has never happened. Usually we gotta bribe someone somewhere, but not this time. Either way, the captain told me to calm down, so I will. That things are under control, and we're just taking advantage that Neon security is overworked. I guess some beer to unwind wouldn't hurt anyway. Probably should have stuck to your guns on this one. Alright, so that's everything. Nope. Alright. I think there's another body. Was there? Maybe not. Alright. Now, we have a choice to make. We can decide. I mean, because right now we just got the well, I guess we yeah, we have to decide. We do. We have to decide if we want, because right now we can take this ship. This ship actually is better than the Mantis. So it is a better ship. But then it's like you just got the Mantis and now you're just gonna give it up. And then one last piece, is it the resistance? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, right here. Orders. I found out who's been smuggling my merch out of Neon. I want you to intercept the ship and get my cargo back. I've dispatched a team to their warehouse to see what else they've got there that belongs to me. The ship I'm sending you to used to work for me, but they got greedy during their last job, and they decided to take what's mine. Go teach them a lesson, one they won't ever forget. But most importantly, bring me back my merch. Once you've taken care of the crew, return my merch to the warehouse and rendezvous with the other team. They'll be expecting you. The coordinates and warehouse key are attached. I'm going to try something different when we go there. So we have a choice. Like I said, we can add to fleet, right? And carry on about our business. Or we can switch to the ship. So right now, our current ship has 320 shielded capacity. As we understand, and we should know this, what that means is that there's a shield. We have part of our cargo is shielded versus scans. So if our cargo weight, right, if we have, say, 200 weight, 200 kilos of contraband in our cargo, that's 200 out of 320. So our chances of getting flagged are still pretty significant. But if we had 300 out of 320, it would be much higher. Our chances of getting caught are higher. The closer you are to your limit of shielded cargo that you're at, the higher the chance that they'll spot you. So if we only have 20 kilos out of 320 possible shielded cargo, then our chances are much less. So we don't have a ton of cargo, but we do have a significant amount. Now, me personally, what I usually would do is say, okay, F this. I'm going to leave the system. I'm going to the den. I'm going to sell off all that I can, deposit what I can at the den, and leave it there until he has enough money to buy the rest. So I'm going to add this to fleet. Okay, so now the Prinia is part of our fleet, and if we go and look at our ship, this is our ship. You can see we have 3 times the cargo capacity. We also have probably 3 times we have 3 times the cargo capacity and 3 times the shielded capacity as well. The reactor is bigger. Our shields are stronger. So our jump distance is greater. The fuel capacity is greater. Excuse me. So it is a better all-round ship than the one that we currently have. So technically, I'd be smarter just to go ahead and go with this ship. You know what I mean? It's worth more. I mean, everything about it says, hey, this is the better ship. Do it. The knock that I have against this, or the reservations that I have, is one, it is a ship added in game from a mod, right? And so it is made to be better, right? And so I'm a little just hesitant because it's like, is it OP, right? And maybe I should just stick with what I got, right? Stick with the Razor Leaf for now, right? Razor Leaf is cool, and there's some stuff that I would do to it to expand it out, make it better. But you can see it's got 1/3 of everything, right? Even, yeah. So, I mean, even more significantly. So the only thing that it's comparable, I mean, yeah, 29 reactor compared to 18. 31 jump distance, 31 light year jump distance compared to 22. 780 shields compared to 468. Gosh, man, I'm hard pressed to say no to this. All right, fine. You talked me into it. All right, so we're gonna make the printing of your home ship this return. All right, I understand. And then we got to register it for 69,000 credits. I don't think I have 69. Here's the thing: we can't modify our ship. We can't modify this ship until we pay the credits. Confirmed. Apparently, I had 69,000 credits just laying around. I did not realize I had that much. Yes, I did, because we had over 140K that we got out of that one place down on Sidonia. You're right. You're right. What was I thinking? So, but that took all our cash, or a good portion of it. Half. Took about half our cash. But look at the ship we got. Okay, so that's how we rolling. All right. Do we go ahead and just kill this guy? Set course. OB. There's the research tower. Look at this moon getting in my way. Why is that moon getting in my way? So, do we do it? You cannot travel while what? What does it say? And look, there's a shipwreck hab over here. What does it say? I can't travel while doing what? Here, let's just. All right. Oh, we gotta undock. We gotta undock. That's okay. My bad. My bad. I completely. Okay, it's been a while. Come on, man. Don't do me like that. It's been a while, man. Okay, we gotta get the shields up 100%. See what I'm saying? Look at all that stuff. All right, so we take this down, put that up a notch. Take that down one. Put that, or take that. Put that over here. Yeah, let's do that. That works better. Okay. So now we come over here. Let's go ahead and get that Varun Zealot. Let's get that Varun Zealot. I mean, the ultimate and the next the outcome is going to be, yeah, we're going to land back, but we cannot go back to Neon until we've hit the den. So we got to hit the den first. We got to go hit the den. That's there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. All right. Do we take the vehicle and cheat? The reason I didn't take the vehicle and cheat is because it's right here. This ain't gonna be easy. The research tower was one of those. Just letting everybody know we're here. Right off the bat. I don't know where they're shooting. Holy cow. Shooting where? What? That can't be us. There's spacer punks over there. We're going after Varun Zealot, so spacer punks might be invading the area. So, I will say this, okay? Here's the thing that you really need to, that we're finding out. Look at that. what we're finding out for sure is, okay, we have mods. We have mods, right? That's not what we're finding out. But we are finding out that certain mods kind of do the same thing and kind of double down on certain things. Oh my goodness. Look at the sheer number of blips over this way. We are not alone. I'm already over encumbered. I'm already encumbered. Over encumbered. Where do other bodies go? Alright, we gotta give away all our stuff. I'm of the mindset to let them all kill themselves. Or kill each other, not kill themselves. Well, I mean, technically, I mean, if they start to think about what they've done in life and decided that, you know, the course that they've taken is a bad one and they just need to end it, I'm not going to stand in their way, because technically it's either they end it or I end them, but you know, nobody's going to push them that way. What's that over there? Oh, there's some stuff over there. Jasmine, you're in the way, baby. You're in the way. Much love, much power, but you don't need to be in my way. There's an observation deck over there. There's a way over there. Makeshift encampment. Ooh, a mobile Xeno lab. Something is over that way. Science outpost. Over that way, gas extraction site. Now, what's very interesting to me is that we saw a ton of blips right here. I don't see them anymore. And we got 100% survey. Alright. So, you know what I'm doing? Is we're doing this. Okay. Let's go here. Ship. Cargo is accessible anywhere. Alright, we gotta do it. We gotta make some hard decisions. Okay, Cutlass can go. Cutlass can go. Solstice. I'm not ready to get rid of that neon. Okay. There's a drum beat. You use the same ammo as the other guy. Okay, the maelstrom. Yep. Alright. This one is the Furious Assassin's Advanced Equinox. Fully automatic. Can't let that one go. Use the same ammo, even though it does more damage. The fully automatic is better. Broham, yeah, you gotta go. Cause you use the same ammo as the Eon, and the Eon is actually better. We'll hold on to you. The Pain Blade, we can let you go too. All right, that's where we're gonna stick with. And then we're going to jump over here. We're going to say, okay, I'm going to put you away for now. All right. And then we're going to put everything to me. Candy girl, you are my world. Okay. So now we're going to we'll put you away. Now you are better than this one. But gosh darn it, I can't. It's a thing. All right, corporal casual wear. We keep that one. Yeah, we can let you go. You go. We like that one, but we can let you go. Candy girl. All right. We've decided. Who do we want to keep the chest strap? 5+5 intimidation. Okay, no. All right, the Manus outfit. We can always get you back. The Yeah, no. All right. We'll hold on to that. Ooh, love. So we got the home runner cap because melee weapons do 20. That doesn't do us any good. We can put you away. One of these I want to hold on to. I'm gonna put you everything but the boss suit. Okay. I love that hat. Oh god, I love that hat. We're holding on to that hat for sure. All right, ship captain hat. Yeah, you can go. All right, that's how we're rolling. That's how we're rolling right now. Okay, I love this outfit. Well, just the top part of the outfit, really. All right. And then, I mean, we got 144 kilos of stuffs. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's 24 right there. Raw meat. Nope, don't get rid of that. Just get rid of something else. Smooth talker, mind flayer. All right, boom. Uh-huh. This is all the animal stuff that we got from fighting over on Aquila. All right, so then we don't need all this stuff either. All right, where's my chunks? All right. All right, meal pack, meal kit. So we got all these meal kits. We technically don't need. And look at this. We got superfood paste. We can put those away. All right. And we don't need the battle meals, the ramen, or the yogurt. All right. We got all this. Oh, whiskey. I mean, who doesn't need whiskey from time to time? But come on now. All right. Dark lager. Dark lager. Chunks wine. Anything chunks can go. Crunchy alien nuggets. All right. We can get rid of the Canute stuff too. Bourbon. All right, how we looking? We still got some stuff we could probably dump. All right, get rid of the amp. Yep. I kind of wish we could get ourselves under 200 kilos. All right, resources. Miscellaneous. Holy cow! What in the world, dude? Something in our. Oh my goodness. Okay, what were we holding on to that? Oh, maybe the black market antiquities. We were holding on to something that had some weight to it. It was like one fell swoop, boom, all of it's gone. All right, I'm not gonna argue. Okay. Wow, that was crazy. Maybe it was the resources. I don't know. I do feel like. All right, this all needs to be in the ship hold anyway, and not on us. And all the rest is meat. Okay. All right, we're ready to do some looting. All right. Now, sadly, there's no oxygen on the planet. And I don't know. I don't know that I have anything that we can use. All right. All right. Shoot. Yeah, we don't have anything. Okay, we got to get inside. Either back it, get inside, or get on our ship. Come on. Come on, just me. Before we suffocate. Come on, girl. Get in here. There we go. All right, we got two ways to do this. The hard way and the harder way. Just me? We're picking the harder way. Cliptic? How you gonna have Cliptic? We're here for Varun. How are you a Cliptic? Target is right in there. Oh, you got something good, don't you? Come on. Come on. There's something right there. Oh, you finally made it. That's it. Get in there. Do something. Did you hit it? I'm coming down. Thank you for the heads up. A lot of grenades. Just me. You holding your own? Hopefully that's not you. Here's our target right there. Oh, this means still alive. Shoot her in the ankles. Shoot the ankles. Do not get your head in my way. God dang it, man. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Don't go nowhere. Come here. Come on, we're gonna. How are you a Varun Zealot and an Ecliptic? Come back here, come back here, come back here. Oh, you gotta go. You gotta go, you. Is she dead? You dead? Here, let me get a better shot. Angle. Ankles. Where's your ankles? You don't give up.
I'll show you what.
I got you. Nice. You were the pain. I'll get the rest of you.
You're a tough one to track down.
Yeah.
Wanted all over the settled systems for the bounty to match.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, you know what? I don't know who you think I may be, but I think you're about to find out.
Is that right? You talk a good game, I'll give you that much. Most bounties we run into tend to beg
Let me
for
shoot you.
1 second. So, we're off to a good start. Anyway, since you seem confused by our presence, I'll break it down for you. Seems someone's gone and put an Ashton-sized bounty on your head.
Yeah, I know.
Good question. I'd say 2,000 creds would be enough to make us forget we ever saw you. Or, we could just collect it the old-fashioned way.
You know what? Who put the bounty on my head?
Does it matter?
It does.
Why don't we just say your mother did it? I'll send her your remains with a
Don't
card.
talk about my mom. You don't talk about my mom. You know, you can fit way more than 2,000 credits in an Astra anyway, moron.
Well, then how about we kill you and find out?
Oh, God, where you at, man? I was about to club you upside the head. Where's this fool? How you gonna just... Just me. Where's that fool at? He gonna die. There he is. You talked about my mom, bro. It wasn't you. Well, it could have been. You guys all have the voice. There's the bounty hunter captain. Don't talk about my mom, bro. God dang it, man. Let's just say your mom did it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know who you talking to? You have no clue, man. I hear more of them, so guess what? We're gonna clean up. It's gonna be like Christmas up in here. Oh, let's say your mom did it. Where the freaking Varoons? Where the Zealots at? They're all ecliptic. Somebody turn off that daggone alarm. That might be mine. I can demand that they turn it off, and it doesn't do any good if they're all dead. Yep, we're over encumbered. Whoop! Sorry, wrong button. Actually, it wasn't the wrong button. I just wasn't on him when I hit it. So the alternative is to leap high up in the air. Thank you. So now they're gonna think coast is clear. It's all good. Now, here's something. So we got all this extra stuffs, and mag shears are kind of OP, to tell you the truth. I'm not ready to lose that Kadama yet, even though we could probably get one that's better. Oh, gosh. I'm not ready to get rid of that one because of the damage it's doing, and if we can do it up a little bit, it'll be better. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm recycling all the suits right now. So instead of actually even deciding to keep them and reselling them, I have decided to recycle those. And usually when I decide to do something like that, I'll put a max limit on the value of the suit. But you can see I decided, screw it, right? And then we're gonna do the same thing with the helmets. Except that one there, because it has something in it. Oh, and I love that striker mask there, but I don't know that I agree with it, right? Because you get to a planet, and it's harsh atmospheres, freezing temperatures. How's your head staying warm? How is your head protected from all the other stuff? I mean, it's cool looking, but what protection is it affording you in acid rain? You know, that your normal suit would give you, right? That this one is not. So, I'm just of a. So you saw we picked up a semi-metal wafer. Every time I see that, it just all of a sudden it registers in my head as sentimental wafer, and I'm like, I don't think that's right. And then it's like, oh, semi-metal, and if you notice, I walked in here. Now here's something also. You see the Eggman desk assistant? The value is 24. And that's not what it normally is. So we got something really nerfing the price here. And I don't know if we have spacefaring economy on or one of the economy mods. And a lot of times I agree that yes, certain things could be done better, right? The economy. Do not let them get to the alarm. Okay. But so you let her get to the alarm, and I'm over encumbered. And that thing is going to be just blaring in our ears all over again. And for what reason? What reason? Who we alerting anyway? At this point, who we alert? There's just dead people around here. Okay, so we're over encumbered, but we got a few more people. If I can hit them. Yep. I like that attempt to slide, though. I mean, that was cool that you were trying to slide up in here. Like you thought we were gonna be some little Jedi person, okay? And you were gonna just slide in and shoot, right? Like, yeah. How'd that work out? How'd that work out for you? Don't talk about my mom. I don't even care if it wasn't you. Just saying, your buddy got me. He got me triggered. Okay. Was she the one that tried to slide, or was it the other guy? Oh, look at this. Face of skull. I don't think we killed him. I think he died in the battle with the... Oh, shoot. We're in trouble. Alright, hold on. Okay. Woo! You celebrating. I didn't realize we had taken so much damage. Okay, so now we are actually going to say, okay, for now, you need to go, you need to go, you need to go. So got the shoddy. All right. Okay. Shouldn't be that much more then. Still hear something. Where is the... Oh, what's down there? Look at all that over there. How do we get out? We have to go this way. There was no way that way. There was no... How do you open this door? Is there... Nope. Is it upstairs? Open all doors? Might have been. Might have been upstairs. In the room. Ooh, we almost left the vacuum tape behind. There was no switch to open all the doors. I feel like there's more to this place. Ooh, that didn't do much. That's what it said. That didn't do much. All right. doing? Hey. Hey. Do we know each other? In case we don't, let me introduce myself. My name is Death. You're Death. I think someone's trying to shoot through the floor. Yeah. Oh, hey. Excuse me. I'm back here. Why are you turning your back on me? Do you feel like, like one of those days where the day just isn't your day? What's killing me is, doesn't it seem like no matter how many we kill, more blips keep showing up? Are they bringing in reinforcements? Look the Dama. There we go. No, I haven't seen him yet. You? That bugger's around here somewhere. Keep an eye out.
All clear.
That Raisin Bran better do something. Alright, let's... You got eyes on yet? No? Found him. You weren't ready for him. Her. You weren't ready for her. Oh, hey. Hey, I found him. Contact. Contact. Ow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, no. Are you throwing... Wait a minute. Who turned on a... Jasmine. Get that. Get that. Why you gotta turn this on again? Oh, shoot. Snitches get stitches, bruh. You haven't learned that yet? What do you think that is? Snitches get stitches. This could have went a completely different way for you. But no. I don't even know what to tell you. Some people, man. In truth, here, let's take this money. Let's take that cash money. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. How much is that origami? Nope. All right. Here we go. Open doors. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. All the doors. Yep. There it is. Ow. Shock, reactive shock. No data collected? God dang it. Sometimes if you get in one of these, there's going to be data on there, planetary data. Not bad, especially if once you get the so there's vendors that you can sell your survey data to. In truth, me personally, I'd probably hold on until I'm in good with oh my gosh, what is his name? Vladimir. Is it Vladimir? And then sell it to him, because that's the most you're gonna get the most money from him for all the surveys. So sometimes, yeah, you can hold off on that. All right, so in truth, we got what we came for, but it's still kind of a bummer. Just me. You can't keep up, can you, girl? So there she is. In case you're wondering where I'm going, this is a POI that's put with one of the mods. So it's kind of like a random POI thing. But the cool part is, boom, there's 18 helium in there. And as you know, with our real fuel, that comes in handy. See, so like in vanilla game, a lot of these structures right here wouldn't be right there. They wouldn't be set up there. But with our random POI mods and such, and then there's a couple of mods that we have, Reasons to Explore 1 and 2. They dot these across the landscape, so whenever you land, now you got these little places just that they sit and you get to one, and they're randomly generated, but they have stuff that actually you might be interested in, little lootables there, and it is pretty cool. So now, one of the knocks, is like you get to a planet and it's barren, and it's like, well, there's nothing there. And it's like, I'm kind of the mindset, there's a couple of things there. It's kind of a catch-22, and it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of scenario and mindset, right? Well, because part of it is you're playing a video game, and a lot of responsibility is on the actual player themselves, right? To to make the best use of what you have. So I present you with this, and then I kind of depend on you to use your imagination and also your ability to immerse yourself in here without me having to hold your hand completely through and entertain you the entire time. You should be able to get in here and use your imagination and entertain yourself as well, right? I present you with certain scenarios and things like that, but it's up to you to build on them and make them your own. So I don't always agree with the players that it's on the developers to basically handhold it, because I think, one, a lot of times you get the knocks about, well, they're holding your hand when they put the quest markers up and everything like that, and it's like, yeah, and it's like, well, that's one way, of holding your hand. Another is I'm going to present you with every single thing you ever need, so your imagination never has to be invoked at all. And so I'm walking you completely through my story, and somehow down the line you're just going to adapt it as your own, like you did it. And it's like, no, I held your hand the entire way, whether I put a quest marker there or if I just filled it completely with everything so you didn't have to. Sometimes you have to do it yourself. You have to go out there. And the other thing is the scenario here, right? The narrative here. We want real life stuff, but we don't want real life stuff. We know in the universe there's thousands upon thousands upon thousands, millions of planets out there. But we also know that of those, a very small percentage, not even the percentage at which Bethesda has decided to take their 1,000 planets and say, okay, so 100 or so of these are actually going to have something there and life and stuff like that. There is no, yeah, that's not realistic. So that's not real world. But we knock them for having, only 10% of the planets with life and stuff on it. And it's like, well, you want real life or you want make believe? And then when the comparisons to No Man's Sky, that's not realistic either, right? Because they're completely different games. One, No Man's Sky, okay, you're an alien. You're a humanoid alien, and it's procedurally generated so that every planet you land on has something. But that is the point of it, and it's supposed to, and it's an open world sandbox. This is not. And then every planet you land on is not supposed to have stuff on it, and that is by design, because guess what? That's not how it really is. So it makes no sense to get mad when you land on a planet and there's nothing there. What the F, man? Do you want realism or do you not? Do you want it to be realistic or do you want it to be fake? Do you want me to hold your hand and provide all the entertainment for you, or do you want to use your imagination and build upon what you got? Build upon the set pieces that you have. And then the knock that I have real quick, and since I'm on my soapbox against Bethesda, is this. Shame on you, Bethesda. And there's 3 points I want to make here on that one. Okay. Bethesda owes a great deal of its profits, its sustainability, and just its ability to be a competitive engine in the gaming space to its modders. Skyrim is still played today, it's still relevant today, and that is only because of its modders. So that's my first point, right? Second, when a game comes out, it has a life cycle. Games are maintained, most games. When they come out, they're maintained for 2-3 years at the most. That's how long the developers will put effort into the game, DLCs, things like that, and then they move on to the next. Skyrim, Fallout, and now Starfield, they will be relevant in the future and going forward because of the modding community. How many times have you put down Skyrim or put down Fallout and then had a new mod pack or a new mod list or just a new mod altogether, DLC size mod created, and then it brings you right back and you say, oh, okay, let me play it again. Not something that Bethesda put out, but something that a modder has put out, or, a mod list, renovation, or, update or upgrade or whatever, and boom. And then Bethesda has milked it for the last 15 years with Skyrim, the last 10 years with Fallout. They will keep milking it with Starfield as long as they can do with that one. And it's like, guys, what are you doing? aside from going in and packaging up all the creations and stuff like that these modders work their butts off of. Also, oh wait a minute, by the way, hey, let's get this creation thing going so that we can actually milk that for money as well, because you're going to create these mods, might as well bring them in here, put them behind a paywall, and then that way you can get a fraction and then we can get the most of it. So that's another way for us to make money without actually having to work and do anything for it. And then so, no, they don't get a pass on any of it. But that is how these games are still relevant and still stay out there. And then again, but then let's get back to my third point. Well, whose fault is that? Well, it's BGS's fault, but it's also ours, because we keep coming back. We keep doing the thing. We keep buying and buying. We buy what they sell. We keep consuming it. We don't walk away and say, no, we don't want to deal with that. Case in point, different game, Madden. A new iteration comes out, and it's not really new, but a new iteration comes out every year, and how many people buy Madden every single year? With Madden 19, I had stopped purchasing Madden, but I had EA Play, so I was still able to get it on PC. So I was like, okay, if I can still get it here, I'll keep playing it, even though I am not buying it. But then college football came back the last 2 years, and where am I at? I'm back to buying it. I bought it the last 2 years, and guess what? I hate college football. The game, not college football. But I don't like the game. I don't like it at all. I think it sucks. I think the new product, compared to where they left off with the NCAA 14, head and shoulders just awful. It's gone by the wayside as Madden has. What do I think about Madden compared to the past iterations? In 2020, in Madden 24, I thought they had turned it around. I thought they had got back on board and was going down the right path. 25 had some glimmer of hope, right? There was definite things that needed to be improved, and then they lost their way with 26 again. They brought in certain things for 26, but then they just made it dumb, and they just made some just crappy things. And it's like, we as the consumer, though, what do we do every single year? What's happening with MUT? What happens every year? They make money hand over fist every year with this product, and we don't stop buying it. We don't. They didn't make changes until it got review bombed, and they had to make changes. Thing is, we won't walk away from this stuff. We are like addicts. You know what I mean? I love Starfield. It is my favorite game that I've ever played. You know what I mean? And that means a lot that it overtook Daggerfall and Mass Effect and Dragon Age. But then as you notice, when I talk about it, you see the type of game I like. RPGs, right? RPGs and Madden. I don't like first-person shooters. I don't like Call of Duty. I don't like Souls. I don't like any of those games. I'm an RPG person, right? Anything that brings me closer and closer to D&D, except I'm not a huge fan of Baldur's Gate 3, even though I played all the Baldur's Gates. I like Baldur's Gate 3, don't get me wrong, but if I'm choosing between Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield, I'm choosing Starfield every time. So the thing is, we are the crack addicts that just keep coming back to these games. Okay? We are the ones that keep coming back, and then we are not giving them enough reason to change their practices. But then again, we got to hold ourselves accountable too and say, okay, what do we expect? What are our expectations we go into the game? And then that's the key right there, is like, you're paying $60, $70 for a game, and then it's hard-earned money, and it's a lot of money, but it's not the world. You know what I'm saying? And You know what I'm saying? You can't expect miracles from it. And sometimes you have to temper your expectations, understand exactly what the limitations are to you. And then you also have to understand there's a give and take. This give and take thing where it's kind of they can only do but so much. And we have to understand, if you want this, you're not going to get this. You can't have it, it's like that old saying, you can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too. We can say, well, if I'm paying this much money, I better be able to. And it's like, well, no, because if you want it to the point where you can say, hey, if I'm paying this much money, I better be able to, then
Hey, contact Charlie 3. Nice to meet you.
hey, what's up, man?
Hi, Charlie 3. Hi. Just doing my daily paying it forward.
Well, I appreciate that.
Boy, the Altair system. Like big time.
Uh-huh. Well, thanks for the warning.
Sure. So, I'm doing my rounds.
Right.
Pick up supply drops, and I'm grabbing the Altair system, and boy, spacers all over the damn place there.
Oh, really?
Call, yammering nonstop.
Distress
Something
call?
big's going down there, and all of us with no skin in the game, we just give it a wide berth. Am I right?
No, I might be able to help them out.
Charlie 3, you are looking to pay it forward like big time.
This is a distress call, bro.
I mean, I won't tell you you're crazy, but wow. Bye, Charlie 3.
All right, man.
Been like the best Charlie 3 I talked to all week.
All right, well, I appreciate it, bro. You be good. All right. Okay. So we got a couple of things we got to do. All right. So to end my point, it's kind of like, it's both sides, and we continually, dish out the money, and if we want, like I said, we want our cake and eat it too, then we might have to be willing to pay triple digits, $109, $110, $120, to get them to do it, which is unfortunate because we know it doesn't truly cost that much, right? But they need to make X amount of profit. So, I mean, and then you can get me down a whole new line about the whole privatizing that private equity firm buying out EA. I think it's positive and I think it's negative. You know what I'm saying? And then we can get into the political aspects of it as well based on who's doing it. But I don't like publicly traded companies owning, I don't like big conglomerate type gaming companies that are publicly traded, because now you got investors dictating what's happening with the games as opposed to actual creators and developers dictating what happens to the games. And we see that, and that's why we see the diminishing returns over time with these games, right? So moving one big company like EA to a private equity ownership is good in the sense that, okay, now they're not beholden to stockholders. They're not beholden to someone who doesn't actually understand, gaming and stuff like that. But still, they're out for profit. They want to make money. And what does EA do better than anybody else? They make money off of what? Crappy loot boxes and mutts and all that kind of stuff. So it's good and it's bad. We poor gamers are stuck trying to find and wade our way through the stuff that, in truth, we have to find the games that we just like, the games we enjoy playing, and the games that make us happy while we're playing them, and just say F it to all the rest. Just F you, man. My money's worth something to me. I'm going to go spend it on something that I'm interested in. And we have to keep telling them that. So what I'm going to do real quick is we're going to jump out of this system. Now, what's interesting is we got hostile activity right here, right? We're not going to worry about that. But then we also have over here, we got a ship, hostile warp signatures. The thing is, I don't want to move around too much in this system right now because I don't want to get scanned. So I don't want to go near Voli Alpha. I don't believe we'll get scanned if we go over to Voli Tau, but I can't be certain. And you can see there's a ship here. If we can get to it again, and right there. So there's a ship. That means that's something for us to go investigate. Now, I kind of want to, it's a derelict metropolis. I don't know. I've been to that one yet. So we'll find out. So yeah, and then sorry to jump in and all that and get on my high horse and my soapbox and things like that. It's just that I do get kind of annoyed with certain rhetoric that goes around constantly, and I'm like, well, everyone has to take their blame, their piece of the blame, or whatever you want to say, and I'm just as much at fault for the condition of Madden as EA, the developers, everyone. Main reactor just went off. Right? Because for years, and then I've been playing Madden and buying it since 1992. So that's on me, right? Every year that I went in and bought it, that just, played into their whole thing. So I don't have a leg to stand on and say, yeah, man, EA, you suck. Well, no. I mean, why would they change? Why would they change? It's not like there's any kind of and then we get mad at these companies when they buy up other companies and then they do something stupid, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, like, I gotta be honest with you, when EA bought BioWare, I was like, God dang it. And I was upset. And I was more upset because now all of a sudden you're screwing with the company that made that hurt. Okay, this isn't gonna end well. And then so now you're buying up a company that makes games that I truly love, right? And we've seen it. We've seen the result. We've seen when a company that, I don't know, I don't really consider them a good game making company. They just own companies. They own other companies that do make games, that are as good at making games. EA is just that overseer that demands, the business overseer of these other companies, and they don't care. They never care, to the point where it is just, all right, what do you got here? You just took in what's the name? I should lower my, what's the name? There it is. Wayland's Swift Slate. We're organizing a meeting for potential mutiny. I've got our list of grievances here, as well as our demands. We feel Anthony is not fit to be captain of this ship, and their experience endangers both the ship and the crew. We believe there's possible foul play involved with Captain Oswald's sudden illness. Demands: relieve Captain Anthony Raquel of all duties and place them in the cargo hold under supervision. There's more than one captain, right, Anthony? Institute Jarian Thibault as acting. Institute Jarian Thibault as acting captain until we return to the homestead and can have a proper vote. Access the old captain's private health records. I have to always put that in there just because grammar. Proper grammar. English rules. Gotta shoot this one in the knees. There's another one there. Hiding behind a daggone bolt cutter.
Catastrophic damage.
Alex Jimenez. So, even though I don't remember the name of this ship, I do remember landing on a ship with the same issue. So I don't know if it's always the Metropolis, but basically the captain gets sick and dies, and then someone's made interim captain, but the rest of the crew just doesn't feel like he's qualified. And then also possibly that he might have had something to do with the of the captain. But it turns out, if I'm not mistaken, the ship's doctor, in an attempt to not scare the crew, maybe? So this is the guy you wanted as the captain. Just didn't tell them all what had happened, or didn't release everything. I think the captain was sick and died, and the doctor didn't fill the crew in, and they just made assumptions. Okay. Well, it's not shooting at us, so I'm not gonna mess with it if it ain't shooting at us. Last thing I need to conserve my ammo, which is possible. Alright, down.
Failure.
Let's check this one. This one does a little bit more damage. Alright, we'll take that. Take that. Key card. Key card. Dr. Barrows is key. Captain Oswald. What are you doing down here, bro? Alright. We'll take this stuff for sure. And that. We're always willing to take the cash. Okay, the goodies. What's behind me? Holy cow. Tight, tight. Tight, up, up. We'll definitely take the Hippolyta. Maybe what's the name needed to take some of that himself. Helped him convince the other people that he was doing okay. That they didn't need to replace him. We'll take that. Thank you. Thank you very much. There wasn't another door there, was it? Nope. Alright. You know, that's the turret. Turret. Okay. You know what would be nice? If somehow we just stumbled across the artifact that we need right in here, right? Okay. But that's not gonna happen. Oh. Hey, how you doing, bud? Yeah, I'm feeling like this isn't doing as much damage as the other gun. It's like the other gun was just doing way more damage. It's doing way more damage. Alright.
Repair not possible.
My son is being punished this weekend. And of course, somehow, I don't know what he's doing with his phone. He doesn't get his phone this weekend. So he's got his phone and he's like, Daddy, can I have one more game on my phone? No, you can't play any games this weekend. He gets these little behavior sheets from school. And then so he has to get a certain number of yeses and nos. Yes, he did this. Yes, he did this. No, he was not good. And, he didn't get it. And he was smart. He argued with the teacher. He struck another kid. 2 kids at school. And I'm like, video games this weekend, buddy. So he had to do homework and he had to do some extra math work in order to earn just watching TV. So I'm not sure why he's coming to me with his phone in hand. Because I said no phone, no video games, no YouTube, none of that this weekend. And then he did enough to earn the TV back and he can watch a little YouTube. That is it. Yeah, he's 8. All right, my crew hates me. They think I'm unqualified and I don't know what I'm doing. The worst part is they may be right. Of course. I don't know how I became first mate of this ship at 25. I think Captain Oswald was trying to pick a younger successor, knowing he wasn't retiring anytime soon. But then he fell ill, and everyone's gone to heck. Everything's gone to heck. I'm in over my head, and the crew knows it. But at the same time, I feel like I owe it to the captain to prove he was right. And while he has the experience, I know for a fact he didn't want Thybul to be captain. He's too much of an a-hole. I may not know much, but I know people. But I need to convince the rest of the crew that I'm the right choice. Right now, only Dr. Gunsel and the robots listen to me. I think at that point, you know what I'd try to do is like, look, guys, I am the captain. Okay, that was the captain's wishes. Let's figure out who's going to be the first mate, and let's use that. And the first mate will make sure that I'm doing the things the right way, the way I'm supposed to. Okay? Can we agree on that? And if so, then let's pick a first mate that you guys can all get behind and know that's going to keep me straight and keep me on the understanding of what needs to be done and what doesn't need to be done, and making sure I'm doing everything that I best can. But I want to respect the captain's wishes and honor his legacy and be the captain he thinks I can be. But I'm going to need your help with that. I'm going to need your guys' support. And of course, I'm going to need the best first mate that we can have so we can get the things we need done. And then once we're back at port, if you guys want to move on and join another ship, I will understand. But until then, let's do this. And, that's kind of the way I think, he should have handled it. All right, Dr. Gunsel's counsel. I appreciate how Peter's always gassing me up. He's more than just a medical officer. He's a friend. I can tell him about the pressures of the job without feeling like he's going to rat me out to the rest of the crew. Plus, he gives good advice and perspective. Whenever I have to make a big decision, it's like there's this hammer of anxiety, stress, and doubt slamming down on me. Peter's the only person here who doesn't treat me like a nail. See, my problem is this, right? People can tell when you're faking it. People can tell when you're not honest with them. And, well, most people. Most people can tell when you're being dishonest or disingenuous about something. I know for a fact that I can see through a lot of folks that I deal with and tell when they're, gassing me up, lying or whatever, because I don't want to hear it. First of all, I just don't want to hear it. And second of all, is like gassing me up doesn't do you any good. You know what I mean? Because it's falling on deaf ears. It bothers me more than it actually. You know what I mean? It's like, just be honest about it. Just tell me the truth. And that's kind of how I lead also. I'm never gonna lie to you about something. I'm gonna tell you how it is, and I'm gonna tell you what the expectations are. And then also I'm gonna tell you, I remember it was kind of funny. When I was in the Navy, I was running night check in one shop, and it was funny. So I asked this guy, I said, hey, I need you to go do these, right? And then it was fuel samples. So I said, hey, bro, I need you to go out. I need you to do these fuel samples on this plane here, and I need them done, by this time. And because maintenance control has a flight at X time at this point, and they need to have those fuel samples by then. So then I'm going by, so I let him go. I let him go do his thing, right? And then I come back, and maintenance control hits me up, and they say, hey, man, where's those fuel samples on this plane? I'm like, what? And then so I go find the guy, and I'm like, yo, dude. I said, did you do the fuel samples yet? He goes, no, I'm gonna get around to it. I said, the flight is at this time. They have the pre-flight checks at this time. The fuel samples need to be there in maintenance control, ready to be looked at by the pilots, by the crew, before they go out and do their pre-flight. So it has to be there by this time. And he's like, and I was like, I said, no. And then I actually went to him and said, no, dude, if I ask you to do something, just go ahead and do it. Get it out the way. And that way I won't come back bothering you about it. And he goes, well, I don't know if I can work like that. So I'm like, really? I said, well, guess what? Okay, here's your choices, right? One, you can work like that and continue working for me. Or two, you can go to the shop, the shop chief, let him know that you can't follow my orders, so then he can find somewhere else to put you. But until then, you do as I ask you to do. You follow orders and you do what you're supposed to. And then you can talk to him about getting you reassigned somewhere else. Because guess what? If you're going to be here with me, that's going to be the expectation. And there is not going to be any ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, of course, he did the fuel samples and everything. And then it was funny because a couple of weeks later, it was a moot point because he went AWOL. So, well, it wasn't really AWOL. He went absent without leave for a day, right? And then it's kind of funny because I was very disappointed. So this is, and then out. Because, so that's the type of person he was. But what he did was he met a girl, okay? And then we all, okay, yeah, fine. We understand this. He met a girl, and so he didn't show up for work the next day. Now, he wasn't working for me anymore because we had just come back from deployment. We were back on mainland, and he was working with the, at the time I was a second class petty officer, and he was working with the first class. So he was back on day check, right? Instead of night check with me. And so I come into work, and they're like, have you seen such and such? I go, no. I said, I don't work with him no more. Thank God, right? Tell you the truth, because I didn't like working with him anyway. And they were like, well, he hasn't showed up for work today. I go, Okay, did you guys check his bunk, back at the barracks? And they said, yeah, we sent, and they're like, well, we're sending somebody by then. I'm like, wait a minute. The shift's almost over and nobody's gone by the barracks to check. And he goes, well, no, he didn't answer. And I'm like, okay, so they finally catch up with him at the barracks when he finally answers and is like, well, don't they have keys? Can't they have somebody to let them in? You know what I mean? Because they can inspect our rooms without us actually being there, which happened to me one time when I was on leave. But so it's like, why couldn't you have somebody open up his room and check to see if he's okay? Right? It makes sense. So they catch up to him, and then so I'm talking to the senior chief, and he's like, yeah, he's like, well, and then the senior chief, old guy and everything, he's like telling me the story and everything, and I'm like, so what's gonna happen? He goes, I don't know. And he says, but I can understand what, and I'm like, yeah, I can understand, but it's like, yeah, but there's a whole thing, right? He didn't show up for work. That's against regulations. I think he still ended up getting court-martialed and everything like that, but it was kind of like they were just ready to let it go because it was just funny. And I'm like, I don't know. And then maybe it's just me. I'm a stickler, right? But like I said, when I take the oath, I take the oath. And then whatever's required of me is required of me while I'm doing it. But I'm not going to take the oath unless I know what I'm getting myself into. And it was funny. I was just telling my I forget if I was telling my wife or I was telling another friend of mine. I was like, yeah, I had a buddy. We went through boot camp together. We both actually ended up at the same command. And then he gets popped for marijuana back then. This is back in the 90s, so it wasn't legal then. And he's looking, and then we're talking about it, and I'm just shaking my head, and he's like, why are you looking at me like that? I said, bro, you took an oath, man. I don't really give a rat's butt how cool you think it might have been, but you took an oath to do this, right? And I said, you made a commitment for the next 4 years of your life to not do something, right? And to follow certain guidelines. If you couldn't do that, then don't make the commitment in the first place. I said, yeah, I'm completely disappointed in you because now look at you. You're on your way out. You're gone. And it was over something stupid. Something you couldn't wait 4 years to do. It's still going to be there. Turns out 4 years later, well, actually probably about 10 years later, it's legal. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you just couldn't wait. So, but then that's me, right? It's like, okay, do what you got to do, bro. But you know what I'm saying? Don't look at me like because you're not getting any sympathy from me. You break the rules, you broke the rule. All right, here we go. I'm sorry. I know I'm going all kinds of soapboxes today. All right, and then it's because we're not finding what's the name, and I'm kind of getting annoyed because we can keep playing this game. How many hours are we going to play this game before we actually get kicked off on the main quest? All right, so mutiny. All right, there's been rumors about a mutiny, and I know it's only a matter of time before it actually happens. Tibule has gotten Swift and Ibanez on his side, but how? Those two may not respect me, but they hate Tibule. And it hurts to say, but I'm also hearing rumors about something on the ship's medical records. Has Dr. Gunsel betrayed me too? It's like the only personnel I can count on are the machines. I know they'll be objective. Really? Because I think you programmed them to kill everybody. They killed Peter. Peter's dead. He tried to defend me and they just killed him in cold blood. After they stole the ship medical records, Tibule accused me of poisoning Captain Oswald. It turns out Peter had nothing to do with it because he had my back the whole way. According to him, the records were tampered with, but not only did the crew refuse to listen, they made sure to silence him. And me. I know I'm not making it out of this. I have no med packs, and this wound isn't going to heal. But if they think I'm helpless, they're wrong. I'm going to remove the combat inhibitors on the robot crew. Nobody's leaving this ship alive. Seriously, bro? YOLO? That's how we doing it? All right. I think I killed all the robots. I'm gonna update, recalibrate. I'm not removing the combat inhibitors in case they decide to shoot me. All right. So that was it, right? So in truth, it is very possible that Thibule killed the captain. Because basically what it sounded like, somebody killed the captain and framed, what's his name? All right. Overriding authorization, clearing ship identity and registration. Okay. It says I'm not certified to pilot this vessel. I don't care about that, right? And you cannot use this while in zero gravity. Now, what that just means is this ship may be a higher class ship than I'm able to actually fly. I just want it as part of my what's the name, but here, let's do this first. All right. Yeah, we'll hold on to that. Ooh, look at that urban eagle. All right, we'll get that. Put that away. Okay, the Nova Lights. I got 2 Nova Lights. We'll consider that. We'll put that away. I'm gonna think on this Mag Shear for a minute. Scouts Kadama. I'm gonna hold on to it. All right. Our gun collection. Look at that. We have the Acrobat's Ecliptic Striker spacesuit, which is actually pretty cool. All right. We got more of this. And then we have another Ecliptic Striker, right? Lead lined. And we got the Shock Troop. We got the Ecliptic, and then we got a Deep Sea. All right. We got this. I don't like the look of those helmets, even though it is. We got the Striker mask. I'm not able to just push it away yet. You notice we keeping that for a reason, and we're okay. Resources, miscellaneous, and for now, I think our aid is building up. I think we've collected a lot more food too. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me look here real quick. So now we have 4 ships. And this is the derelict Metropolis. So this is the ship that we're on. So we have a copy of this in our thing. It's not bad. Not bad. I don't like the autocannons. You can see the cargo capacity of this thing isn't even close to one we have, right? Just interesting. I'm not a big fan of the autocannons just because let's see, can we upgrade yet? 2 5. Nope, but we can't do this. We'll take that. And not ready to do that one, but do we want to? Yeah, since we're out and about now, we might as well make ourselves better. We are doing, where is it? There it is. All right, we gotta head to Neon, but you know what we gotta do first. All right, scan. You see this Watchtower listening post beta. I'm a little annoyed by that because if I'm not mistaken, we don't have Watchtower activated. So wait, there's a ship over here. Urgent distress signal. God dang it! You're trying to get me close. They're trying to get me caught, is what they're trying to do. We got enough fuel. Why can't we get any? Oh, okay. Because we haven't been to these places already. All right. Soul is right here. I want to go to Wolf. Are you telling me I can't jump to Wolf? Fast travel is unavailable. Why is fast travel? Oh, I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm distracted or something. We're doing the same thing again and again. All right, let's get up out of here. All right. All right. So now we know all that just happened. All right, Ibanez. All right. No reason to stay in here. I can't fast travel from another ship. All right. I have to be back on my ship. Undock. All right. And then, oh, wrong button. Oh, we're still in the animation. All right, now that we're out of the animation, now I can say, okay, let's get up out of here. And where is Wolf? That's Bernard Star. Wolf. Is there a reason why we can't get there? My jump range should be further than that, right? I got fuel. It's an unexplored route, huh? All right. Well, let's get there. Jump. Are you serious? Okay. So can I tell you? All right. So here in, I mean, this is where we're getting our little first tutorial. All right. How do I get up? I think I'm stuck. Yes, I am stuck. Why? I think we're stuck. Okay, so I'm holding the B button. See, it was stuck in that because it needed to get it done, and I'll explain to you in a minute what's going on. Okay, so now we've jumped over to I don't even know what the name of this place is. Okay, so and here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get up out of here, and we're gonna do something that I should have done a long time ago, but I was like, screw it, I'll just leave it going. All right, so let's see. Do we have a diagnostics terminal? I believe on this ship there is one, or there was one, somewhere around here somewhere. If not, we have to make one. I don't remember where the diagnostics terminal is. I thought there was one. In truth, I literally thought there was a diagnostics terminal on here. So we got the little bots, which apparently ain't helping us do much. All right, no diagnostics terminal. Okay, which means we got to get back upstairs. Excuse me, pardon me. This is what we're just experiencing is out in the blackness. Now, I understand. Yeah, cool, right? All right, that's what I was probably thinking about, but it's not active. All right, there we go. All right, what we want is a portable diagnostics terminal. All right, looks just like that one out there, but this one actually does work. What I also want to see if I can make, or if we got it. Hey, if we're since we are, yeah, let's turn it right up there. Right there. I'm fine with that. Okay. And then, hey. Right there. Yeah. Boom. And then, hey, just in case. Boom. All right. And then, I mean, hey, since we're at it, we can do it. Might never need to use that, but just in case. All right. So, first things first, right? Let's get out of build mode. So we got everything we need. All right. So here, I love this because we were thinking that some of this stuff can be kind of recycled. Okay. And then we only have the one spacesuit on us, the one, and then this extra helmet. I'm gonna put you there, and then I'm actually gonna put you in there, and then we'll go ahead and put that on finally. Okay. So, and then what that does for us is you can see the home runner cap isn't part of their leveled list for this thing, so it doesn't know the mod that's on there. That's an added mod made by whatever clothing mod is adding that. And so it doesn't know what to do with it, how to handle it, so it can't do anything. So we come in here though, and you can see down here we can get the legendary cores and the legendaries that came off of these weapons here. The other thing the other beauteous thing that it does is I don't actually have to remove. This one I can take out, but you can see I can leave them in there as basically kind of a de facto storage that doesn't cost me anything, doesn't go against my ship storage. Now, we talked about this before, and I will end it here with this. All right, so there's diagnostics logs, right? And let's just actually take a look. Let's see. Nothing's coming up. All right, so we'll end that. All right, so let's try the other button. Perform maintenance. Okay, so ship status. Yes, I do understand. All right, so when we look at our ship status, we'll see hull 942 out of 942, shields 876 out of 876, weapon 1, 2, and 3 all good, all full, engines all good, shields all good, grav drive all good, reactor all good, right? Nothing there shows or explains what just happened on the other screen, but we saw where the grav drive wouldn't hold any power and it kept going down to the bottom. That's telling you something's happening, right? Something's gone wrong, but we don't know what. And then so we have all these choices that we could decide on, right? So, I mean, right now we know it was grav drive, so I could go in here and say, okay, what's going on? And nothing. We got 180 out of 210 fuel. Last grav jump cost 29.7. We got 29.8 helium. Grav jump thrust 27. Fuel efficiency 1 light year per helium usage. And great, right? But it doesn't help us figure out exactly what's going on to prevent that from happening again. Was it just a slight malfunction, right? And again, like I said, my problem is this. I don't want this as my diagnostics menu. What I want is an actual diagnostics menu. Means run diagnostics. Come back, tell me what's wrong. What are our repair options? If I need to go, if I have X number of parts and then I don't have this, then tell me I don't have this, we need to go get it. That's a working system. This is just a bunch of crap. And it's just F you. that's where it's at right now. I don't want this. I don't want to look at this. So that is why usually what I end up doing is I come in here, I hit uninstall. Out of the blackness, uninstall. And then I just say big F you to it. And then I can come into the settings menu. And make sure, well, it's uninstalled, so that's it. I just make sure, and this is the minimum frequency, malfunction frequency I can put it on, but, and just like, yeah, go with it and let it go. But it's like, gosh, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's an awesome idea, right? But I am the captain of the ship, and it's like, I want you to run diagnostics. Tell me what's wrong with my ship. Tell me if we have everything on board to actually repair it. Let me know if this is what I need to do. Yes, implement repairs. If I don't have everything, tell me what I'm missing so we can limp to wherever we need to in order to get it. Okay? Not a overly complicated system that adds to your gameplay, you know, that way. But this, I mean, it's just way too much. So again, usually I do that because the other thing is, well, you saw what happened. It was like, what's going on here? What's happening? Why is it doing this? And it was kind of like, yeah, no, that's unacceptable. You can't, no, we don't, no. And there we are. And that's where it is. So we still need to get back to the warehouse. We still need to get to the den. We still need to get rid of the contraband that's on our ship. Right now, we do have a large enough cargo space and a large enough shielded cargo that we should pass any kind of scans, but it has been my experience that you just can't count on that. And I think the highest percent scan, you know, where it says probability of passing, you know, of being undetected, I think the highest I've ever seen was like 69 or 79%. So there's always a percent chance that it will detect. All right, guys. I think that's where I'm going to leave it, man. Okay, until next time. I think though the next Starfield is going to be a mod list from Wabbajack. Is a brand new mod list, and I think I'm going to implement that and see how that one looks. Which means there's a lot of complicated things I'm gonna have to do and basically disable all of the creations that I have for this one, since they all come back in every time. That means I'm gonna have to disable them all and then enable them all in order to run this one again. So to go back to this. But I'm very curious about the mod list, so I do want to get that one nailed out and push out something for that. So until next time, peace.